Hey guys, Cheri from the Watering Mouth here. First of all, sun is going down, so I think it's gonna be a little dark here in just a few minutes, but just wanted to let you know that first. I am doing an update video for you today, a body weight and just sort of life update, what's going on. I love to do these for you, but the last time I did one, it's been since October 8th. So I wanted to do an update for you. Also, this coincides perfectly with what I talked about, I sort of hinted at in my last update video, which was the Eat to Live family, a monthly coaching membership that I'm launching if you're watching this on Friday, January 29th, it's closing tonight. So registration is only open until tonight. So you have to get in. If you missed this, so sorry, you just have to sign up for the wait list, okay? Because we're gonna be opening it again in a few months. But you wanna sign up for this ASAP because it's gonna be the best price ever right now, and you will lock in that price if you get in, okay? So monthly coaching membership, you're gonna get coached by me personally, telling you all about the things I'm learning and how I'm losing the weight, which I shall tell you about now. But look at all these amazing people who have already signed up for the family, and there's gonna be so many more of them. I'm so excited to get in there and get to know you guys personally and help you with your own struggles. So without further ado, let's talk about my journey personally. So since the last time we talked, I was having, was kind of mentioning that I was coming out of the twin pregnancy. This was about 4 months after the babies were born, 4 or 5 months. And so I was having some body weight issues, like, so I'm 5'2", and at the time when I first recorded that, I was like around 150, 155 after my twins were born. And I had been eating a lot of sugar because I was rebounding after having been diagnosed with gestational diabetes during my pregnancy. So I was having a tough time not having sugar, and I also had a lot of issues with like breastfeeding and trying to keep up the milk for my babies and pumping and trying to get them to latch and nurse enough from me so that they could just nurse 100% and all that. So I'll give you an update on that stuff. It all went, I mean, the way it's supposed to go, I guess. I didn't end up, unfortunately, getting them to latch properly and get enough milk from me, though I was producing enough for a while there. Up until about 4 months, I was producing enough for both of them. And then the growth spurt hit, I suppose, and they started drinking so much more, and I wasn't able to keep up. So I found this amazing woman who I started buying breast milk from. She'd actually been, her milk had been tested and everything because she was going to donate. And so she was like a great overproducer. So she's been able to help me since, keeping these babies alive with her wonderful donations. And I was still pumping for a long time there until about, I think it's been about 2 weeks now, I finally stopped pumping. I had to give it up. It was a lot, mostly mental, right? Like emotional and mental, trying to keep up with that. And then I started having all these health diagnoses. So after you have gestational diabetes, they want to test your blood just a couple months after you give birth to see how your insulin and glucose levels are. And I avoided that test for a little while because I was afraid to know what the answer was. And I finally took the tests, and I started seeing a new doctor who I really, really love. And she ordered this whole litany of blood tests, which was so cool to see a doctor ordering a ton of blood tests in the beginning of a journey so that she can see where you're at or whatever. So she ordered all these blood tests. This is in like December, and at the same time, or November, and at the same time, like since August, I was having this weird dizziness issue where it was just like the vertigo. And I'd never had that before. I didn't know what it was. I had started having that on August 8th, and I didn't know what was happening. And it went on for about 2.5 months, where every time I would like tip my head back in this direction, I just would start flipping end over end. The room would just start spinning. So that's why I originally made the doctor appointment, was for the dizziness, not because I wanted to test blood sugar, because I was trying to avoid that test actually. And I wanted to get my sugar under control. I wanted to get my sugar eating under control before I got tested and all that. But then since I was having this dizziness issue, I was like, well, I might as well make a doctor's appointment and make sure there's not something really wrong. So that's when she ordered all those blood tests, and my results came back, guys, not so good. I mean, really bad. So I'll tell you all the things that I can remember. First of all, I was dehydrated, but I was supposed to be dehydrated because I was taking a H. pylori test, which is like, I don't know, some kind of parasite. I don't know, whatever. But I don't have it. But it meant that I couldn't drink 10 hours before the test. So I was kind of dehydrated when I did the test, and so there were some numbers that could be because of dehydration, or they could be because of gallbladder issues or whatever, but I don't think that I have those, because the symptoms that she said, gallbladder issues like gas and bloating and pain and stuff like that, I don't have any of that stuff, so I don't think I have any issues there. As I think I told you this before, I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is where your ovaries produce a lot of cysts every month. And I mean, it just looks really weird, like tons of little cysts in there, and that causes like a lot of problems. It can cause weight gain around the tummy, it can cause acne, it can cause hair growth in places where women are not supposed to grow hair, etc., right? So like some very not attractive things. And I have that. I just only have this cyst symptom, except I have like a little bit of acne on my back now once every month. So I started to like really worry about that. And then, guys, I think that must be the main cause of my stomach issues, which I'll give you an update about my tummy in a second here. And here are my results from my recent test, actually. So this hematocrit was one thing that I think was related to possible dehydration. So that's probably what that was. All that stuff's good. And then you get to... Oh, let's see. Where's the bad stuff? All this stuff is pretty in range. Okay, so alkaline phosphatase, this was the one that could be to do with gallbladder stuff, so mine was high, but it could have also been related to dehydration. pH of my urine was high. I can't remember what she said that was related to. Maybe that was also I don't remember. I also have, which is really fun, so there was high protein levels too, which I can't remember what that one was related to too, but I think that was maybe inflammation or something. And I also have, where did it go? Crystals. Where is it? Shoot. Oh, here it is, crystals present. And these are calcium oxalate crystals, which show kidney stone formation material, right? Which I know I already am a kidney stone former, but she was like, it's important for you to drink a lot of water, so I have to drink more water, okay? Then next was the lipid panel, the cholesterol. Okay, so here's where my cholesterol is, 231, pretty high. Triglycerides, pretty high as well. Now I have heard that when you are losing weight, these numbers can be inflated too. So I don't know if this has something to do with pregnancy or whatever, but when I got this test, I hadn't really lost much weight yet. So I think it probably is just also high cholesterol. And then LDL is really high. Okay, what else here? These are all normal. Okay, vitamin B12 is wonderful. My folate is really funny. This makes me laugh actually, because this is what everyone makes you take folic acid for. And it says that a normal range is greater than 3 and mine is 20, which I think has a lot to do with the amount of romaine that I eat and lentils and stuff like that. A positive blood, hemoglobin A1C. Okay, so here's the one that was scary. Pre-diabetic, guys. Pre-diabetic. 5.8, so my A1C is a little bit high. 5.6 is a normal range. This isn't surprising, right? Because I had gestational diabetes, so and then I have always been a sugar abuser and that sort of a thing. But it's scary. Somebody like me who's eaten as well as I have for the last several years can go off track for a while because of pregnancy and stuff like that, and then come back with this kind of thing. Scary. It scared me straight in a way. So thyroid stuff is good. And then here's my vitamin D. Super low, 23.7. What else do we have? Okay, here's the one that really freaked me out, guys. This is C-reactive protein, cardiac, it's called. And I didn't even know she was taking this one. So what it tells you apparently is relative risk for future cardiovascular event. Low is less than 1, average is 1 to 3, high is greater than 3. And mine is 3.02. This one freaked me out. Everything, like, didn't have COVID, the H. pylori was negative, uric acid was good, everything else I think was fine. My iron was good, all the thyroid stuff was good. So that was my most recent blood test in December. Maybe it was November, I can't remember. Whoa. Even eating as well as I do. And here's the thing, who knows? I mean, I've had blood tests before, but I never had this thorough of a set of blood tests before, you guys. What the heck? This just goes to show you, like, I mean, maybe some of this stuff was happening way before and I didn't even notice it because I just never got it tested before. But like, this goes to show you guys how really we do have to eat to live, right? Like, we have to actually, and I understand a lot of like what happened in pregnancy, and I'm not saying I could have done anything different, because honestly, pregnancy, and especially twin pregnancy, is its whole other thing. It's a whole other animal. But I just kind of, like, it really shocked me how poor my results are, even having done so much eat to live eating in the last 5, 6, you know, I guess it's been 8 years now. Wow, it scares me straight just thinking about it. Like, whoa, right? Now, that's not to say that it's not to say that blood tests are enough motivation to change someone, because I don't think they are. I think it's just really good to know where you are and to know your symptoms and that kind of stuff, and like know, and not treat it like a bank account, right? Where you kind of like just don't look at it for a while until you have an overdraft fee. You kind of be looking at this stuff regularly just so you can be aware, and at the same time you're working on your mindset to try to get more and more and more and more, like closer and closer to your 100% Nutritarian goal, or whole foods plant-based goal, or whatever that might be for you. I also take these with a little bit of a grain of salt too, because I was just pregnant and a lot of things change after pregnancy, but also the diet that I had right after pregnancy isn't anywhere near the diet that I normally have. So I'm pretty sure that I can get that inflammation down very quickly. I'm pretty sure that I can for sure get the sugar issues down quickly. I want to get tested again in another 3 or 4 months, because now here's more of your update, right? So that was my blood test in December, I think it was, whatever. And I really had a lot of this thing. Oh, so dizziness, right? Sorry, I'm kind of a little scattered right now, but dizziness turns out to be, because she wanted to do all these tests too, now that I remember, because she wanted to rule out some stuff. I ended up having an MRI of my brain, and I also had an ultrasound of my thyroid and stuff to make sure there wasn't anything else going on. Everything came back fine. She wanted to run a lot of this stuff to see if anything else was possibly creating this dizziness. But by the time I went to see her, because I had to wait like a month to see her, the dizziness was gone. And so it turns out what it was is what they call benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, which is like, can be a very temporary thing. For me, it was a lot longer than it normally is, but it did go away. It's so weird, you guys. You probably don't know this, but there are these little crystals inside of your ear, your inner ear. So it's an inner ear issue, right? But I did not know that there are little crystals inside your inner ear. Like, you have 1,000 of them or something. So if they get out of place and they move into a different place in your inner ear, then you can get this positional vertigo, which is like, you know, if you tilt your head one way because those crystals are moving in the wrong place, this sounds so weird, right? But it's true. Because those crystals are moving in the wrong way, it makes you feel really dizzy. So I had that for like 2.5 months. It wouldn't go away. It was really scary. And it turns out there's a simple procedure called the Epler. I think it's called Epler procedure, that can actually just, you move your head in a certain way and then it just gets the crystals back in your ear, which is really interesting. And so I'm glad to know that now, and I will use it in the future if I need it, but I'm back to normal now. So my doctor told me that you can get this type of vertigo just from tossing and turning a lot one night, which is so interesting. But then also what happens is when those crystals get out of place, if they go to the wrong place, after a while, the reason it goes away is because your immune system takes care of the crystals and just like gets rid of them or whatever. I mean, this sounds like a weird sci-fi thing or something, but this is all actually true. And so that might be what happened to me. I don't know, but it's gone now, so that's cool. And you know, there's no other more serious things, except this stuff's pretty serious, right? So now I'm like, okay, how do I get on track really well? So after I had that test, then I was like, okay, that's it. I got to lose the weight. And what happened was I was wavering back and forth between I have to eat a lot of fat and I have to eat a lot of food to keep my weight up so that I've maintained my breast milk supply, and I really need to lose weight immediately so that I can take care of my health, right? It was like this, which one do I choose? Which one do I choose? And emotionally, it was so tough for me to choose to let go of the nursing and the pumping in favor of my own health, because I think like moms were really good at that, like putting the kids' health first or whatever, right? And so emotionally I was going back and forth between the two, and I couldn't decide, and it took me weeks to really like nail that down and just stop. But it was probably around January 1st that I started, it was just a couple days before January 1st that I started to get real serious about it, and that I decided to quit pumping. And then I flirted with pumping again for another week or so because I like couldn't give it up, you know. I was like, I kept looking at my babies and going like, oh, like they need to get Nutritarian milk and they have to get these kinds of nutrients that I'm eating and whatever, you know. And then I had to just, because I couldn't maintain, I was more concerned about like having super slow weight loss and my health problems getting worse and worse than I was about the breast milk at a certain point. So then I finally was like, okay, I have to give that up. It sounds pretty casual the way I'm saying it right now, but I mean, there were so many coaching sessions with my private coach, who actually I'm hiring Nancy right now to coach me, and she's phenomenal, just like Karen was when we coached for over a year. Nancy is just phenomenal as well, and she can tell you there were many coaching sessions of, you know, concern over the breast milk supply, concern over giving it up, so many tears, and just, you know, like bawling, getting advice from friends and stuff like that. So it definitely did not take that decision lightly, but that's where I came to, which then actually allowed me a lot of space to have more time, honestly, but just space in my head too, to start thinking about myself again and start thinking about just getting back in order, back in shape, getting my mindset back in shape. Because when you go from eating so much sugar and eating some standard American's diet stuff during the pregnancy, you gotta like work at it again and make that mindset stuff come back. So I've been working on that with myself. I'm actually recording a weight loss vlog, a whole vlog about how I'm losing the weight, giving lots of coaching tips and everything, and that is available. There's like probably over 300 videos, like video clips at this point, of that, me talking about the weight loss and everything and exactly how I'm doing it, and that's available in the Eat to Live family for family members only. And so I've been doing that to just show you guys what I've been doing. But since I started losing the weight, I've lost 9 pounds now, and actually kind of lost 14, because there was a point where like if I say my starting weight was 150, then I've lost 9 pounds. But if I say my starting point was 155, which I had gotten back up to after the 150 and then started again, we could say I lost 14 so far. But I'm just gonna go with the 9 because it feels more legit to me to say that. So now I'm at like around 141 and just dropping. So it's been what, like 3, maybe 4 weeks since I started really buckling down, and I've lost 9 pounds already. So that's pretty exciting and fun. And I've just been eating massive salads. Like here's my lunch salad, and I didn't want to finish it. I think I was kind of at that, you know, I had enough food place, and I've been making soups and smoothies, and I've been having oatmeal in the morning because it's been cold around here. All I've been doing is eating that stuff, but at the same time working on my mindset to come back to, there's nothing wrong with me. I know what to do. I just have to drop the drama about food again and get back to where I was. And then every time I have a craving, I've been using my little urge jar, which we talk about in the Eat to Live family, and my private coaching, and Nancy's private coaching, and Karen's private coaching, and I've just always used it in my journey as well. And I talk about it in the Eat to Live Academy. I give you guys all the information on how to do that, how to allow urges, and these little steps that we use to take. And I'm creating a very simplified version of how I lose weight, and it's the 4-step plan. And that plan I'm going to be teaching in the Eat to Live family. I'm so excited. It's how I've always lost weight, and I've really distilled it down into some super actionable, easy things. Just a 4-step process. You do it all day, every day. You just rinse and repeat till you get better and better and better at it, till you trust yourself more, till you love yourself more, and you finally get to the place where losing weight is easy, and then whenever you need to lose weight again, there's no drama, you just do it. So that's what I'm teaching the Eat to Live family. These are my, as I said, these are my family members so far. Look at this, guys. I need one more person to fill in that. And it's becoming a problem because I can't reach up there anymore to put any more stickies. So I'm gonna have to put some more people down in the bottom because I'm running out of space, which is an awesome problem to have, right? I'm so excited for everyone to get in there on February 1st and start to get to know each other and get the coaching and everything. So let's talk details then about my body, because I think that is maybe the most interesting. Like if you've watched my last vlog about this, I was pretty puzzled about why my tummy was so big after I had the twins. You can go back and see that video. I just didn't understand why when my uterus shrunk and I got back to my normal size uterus wise, my tummy, I still looked 6 months pregnant and I couldn't suck it in. It was totally impossible. So I want to show you an update after just 9 pounds down and what I think has happened here. So I was speculating back then that it was diastasis recti, which is a muscle issue, it's not a tendon, but it's like whatever that connective tissue is between the abs, that it just separates after you have a pregnancy. Or some people, you know, even if you just strain it the wrong way, it can separate too, but this happens often in pregnancy. So I thought that that's what it was, and I bought a program to work on that and everything, and I'm still using the program and I love it. It's called Every Mother. But I had been using it even before I made that video, and I don't use it as regularly as I want to because I'm just getting back into exercise and stuff. I thought that's what it was. So I'm gonna give you an update real quick. I need to move Vincent because she's in the way. So let's look now. We're in a different season. It's summer. I mean, it's winter here, obviously. Okay, now you can see I still have, oops, I literally just threw my sweater on her because I forgot she was there. Just like with the last video, I'm gonna do like at rest and I'm gonna do sucking in, okay? So if you watch my other video, you would see I could not suck in my stomach. I couldn't tighten it. I couldn't use my muscles to tighten it at all. It would not go in at all. And now I've had some improvement. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the difference, but I can totally see a difference. So here's at rest, looks like this. Still pretty big, but now watch what I can do when I can suck in. Okay, this is a lot different than before. Before I couldn't get probably any further than this. And I had to also mention, I already had my salad today. I ate my breakfast already. So it looks a lot different first thing in the morning where I can actually kind of suck it in and it'll go kind of flat. Like, I mean, normally if I was at my regular weight, it would be more like this, right? But I just want to say, this is only 9 pounds down. Only 9 pounds down, and I'm already here. Like, I'm still wearing my maternity pants, but they're looser and they fall down a lot. When I made that video last time, I was still, you know, kind of popping out of my maternity pants a little bit too. And now I'm, you know, getting a lot more movement here in the tummy. These shirts were super tight on me and now they're pretty loose around there. But there's been a big difference I can even see in like the weight around my neck, on my face a little bit. I'm starting to look a little slimmer. My arms are still bigger than I like, but I can see that I'm starting to get a tiny bit of definition. I am doing some workout, not like where I want it to be, and I'm not super comfortable with it, but I'm not mad at myself. I love myself. I love my body. And that is one thing I really worked on in the last few months, is loving myself no matter what, no matter how I looked. And I got to a place there in December. I decided to myself that I would be totally happy if I stayed at that weight and looked like that forever. Like, I was like, I accept it. This is fine. It could be just like this forever. Maybe this will never go away. I had an inkling that if I lost the weight, I would look a lot different anyways, but I just was like, I accepted it. I was like, okay. And it was then that I started to really like lose the drama about food and make a lot of progress and stuff, which is something that I teach in my 4-step plan that I'm teaching in the family. I mean, in the Eat to Live Academy, which is included in the family as well, like free of charge in there, we have a whole module about self-love and how to love yourself now, even when you haven't lost the weight, which I think is one of the main factors to helping us do this stuff long term. Because if we can love ourselves like at any weight, because weight and self-love are not, they are mutually exclusive, right? Like they're not related. We just relate them, but they actually don't have to be. So if If we can separate those out and love ourselves now no matter what, it makes the whole journey and then the long-term part of it a lot easier. So we teach this in the Eat to Live family, which is the monthly coaching membership I'm opening up right now, which, reminder, get in now, because as I'm saying, this is a monthly coaching membership. It's super affordable right now, but in a few openings from now, in a few registration periods from now, the price is going up every single time. So if you get in right now, you can lock in that pricing, okay? I'm gonna be teaching you all the things I know about weight loss, how I lost this 9 pounds, how I'm about to lose the next 30, 40 pounds. So let's just talk about where I am. So I'm 5'2", and when we talked about this on October 5th, I think I was 150-ish, but that's kind of the weight I was hovering around for that period of time, and now I'm around like 141. I want to just get to my Nutritarian goal weight, which is like 105, something like that. So, you know, if we're talking 105, we got 35, 36 pounds to go or something like that. Of course, Moo wants to come in now because she's a crazy cat. Okay, I guess Vincent's leaving instead. They always do that. Like, I get up to let them out and then they don't do what they've been meowing about. So that's where I am right now, and I have absolutely no question in my mind that I will get to where I need to go. Do you have a question in your mind that you could ever lose the weight, right? That was always me. Like, I always thought, oh, I can never lose it. And you can see all my old videos too, I was like that. And now I just, like, I have no doubt in my mind that I can. Like, I know I'll be able to. That's the piece that I want to give you about food and healthy eating and weight loss. I want to give you peace around food now. And the big thing I always say is, like, who could you be if you were no longer obsessing about food? Like, you would have so much extra time to like do the things that you want to do if food was just an afterthought. If you just like ate how you were supposed to eat, you know? That's where I want to get you in the Eat to Live family. And it's an affordable way to do it. It's the first time I've ever been able to offer something that's super affordable for everyone. And actually, I don't know why I'm putting it at this price. I should have put it at a higher price, but I just really wanted you as a founding member, and these are all my founding members so far. The founding members launch, this is the founding members opening. Like, there's no way to get in as a founding member ever after this. I just really wanted to reward you for taking action right now, for getting in right now, when I haven't even created the membership site yet. Like, I'm working on it right now, but I haven't even had it before. It's never been open before. So these founding members are going to help me create this program for exactly what they need. We're going to have an accountability program in there as well, a couple live coaching calls where you can come on camera with me and actually get coached by me personally in front of the group, which is amazing, by the way. And you don't have to get coached if you don't want to, but and you don't even have to put your camera on if you don't want to, just as long as I can hear your voice and you can respond. But it's an amazing opportunity because group coaching changes the dynamics of everything. So private coaching is amazing. I love private coaching. I have some amazing private coaches, Nancy and Karen. We have an amazing time doing this. But group coaching just changes the dynamic. Like, you not only get to see that you're not alone in your struggles, because we all have the same struggles, but you also get to like crowdsource other people's struggles and the solutions as well, and like see what they're going through and how you could apply it to your life too. So that's why I love group coaching so much. It's so powerful. And the whole point of the Eat to Live family is so that we can be together in a community of our peers, right? Because how many of us know Nutritarians in our real life? I happen to know a couple, but that was just dumb luck to find these amazing Nutritarians in Las Vegas. But how many of us, I didn't know anyone before that, right? So I wanted to create a place where we could all be together. And by the way, it's not on freaking Facebook. Everyone has their groups on Facebook, and I did not want to do that. I wanted it to be off Facebook so we could be together in a very private place. We don't have to worry about saying stuff and our Aunt Carol's gonna read what we said, right? We can be out there doing our thing and committing to separating that from the shiny object syndrome that we have of just like getting distracted by everything. And Facebook is for distraction. It's not for relaxing or anything like that. It's for ads, right? It is meant to distract you. And I want us to be out of there so that we can finally make some excellent headway with this kind of stuff that we're trying to do, okay? And I just really want to see you in the family, okay? Because it's going to be super transformative. The life coaching stuff that I do with relation to weight loss and healthy eating is so life-changing. And I've had so many people say those kinds of things, how life-changing it is. And I just really want to change your life too, okay? So join the Eat to Live family. There's links, you know, hopefully all over the place on this video, at least in the description, you'll be able to see it. It's info.thewateringmouth.com/join the family. Go there, sign up, just do a month, see how you like it. You can go through the whole academy if you want, see everything I have to say. If you don't like it, fine. I promise you're gonna like it. It's gonna be amazing. You can cancel anytime. That's my update. That's where I am. Oh, and I wanted to just mention my stomach the way it is, like my tummy the way it is. I think now it has to do with the PCOS, the polycystic ovarian syndrome, because that is one of the main symptoms of that. And I noticed that when I lost the 9 pounds, my tummy shrunk by 2 inches, if you can believe it. So I really think that most of it has to do with that, because I've never, and I said in this other video, I've never gained weight in my tummy before. I didn't really know what was going on, and I think it's because I have PCOS now. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this video. Is there anything that hit you or caught your attention, and are you going to join the family? Come and join. I mean, there's so many of us. There's like this is almost 80 people, you guys, and there's going to be so many more because the academy members get a special deal, and they don't even have, they're not even signed up yet. So it's going to be awesome. There's going to be so many of us in there to join this community. So come with me, stick with me, and we'll go on this journey together. I love you so much. See you in the family. Bye.